to later in life, these videos are really hard for me to make sometimes because I don't really know how to talk about like periods of my life when I lived in LA, and I have a lot of feelings. There's a lot of things that I lost about myself when I lived there. And there's a lot of things I gained about myself. And it's been like such a roller coaster for me. But this video, I want to talk about success and what it means to me now versus what it meant to me when I was a kid. I guess I would attribute a lot of this to my father, who always dreamed of being really rich and having all kinds of cars and houses and fancy things. And he would do a lot of these network marketing businesses. And the promise was always, I'm going to be rich next month. And I always believed him, to be honest. I mean, after a while, I quit believing him, but for a long time, I really believed that next month we were going to be millionaires. And I mean, it's nice. It's a nice dream. It's always nice to have that hope. Fast forward to when I moved to LA, I kind of lived that life for many years, and it was great. It really was. But when you sort of live that life of like being successful off of someone else's success, it kind of, I guess, messes with your mind in a way. I had like everything on the outside, like mansions, fast cars, private jets, all that. And from the outside, it would seem like my life was perfect. And in many senses, it was perfect. I did have a really good life. But it just kind of ate at, I guess, maybe my soul, if you want to call it that, because I lost the ambition or the drive to create something on my own. I just wanted to go out with my friends all the time and like party and see what VIP table we were going to be at the next like day. Every day I wanted to go out. So I really lost who I was as a person. And over the years, it started to, I guess, eat away at me. And I kept realizing, without even like noticing it, I kept realizing that like I'm never going to make anything of myself. And I was just always like, I'll make a YouTube video tomorrow, or I'll work on this tomorrow, whatever I was wanting to do. Like I'll start this, or I'll write this book next week. You know, it was always later, because tonight I wanted to go out and hang out with my friends because that's what was important to me at that time. And the experiences I had were like amazing. They really were. But I just got so depressed and I didn't even see it coming. I didn't even know I was depressed until I think it was like late 2019. I was in a relationship and I was in love. But aside from love, I was living in the success of someone's shadow. And no matter how in love you are, when you're in the shadow of someone who really inspires me and I'm still best friends today with and has changed my life in so many ways for the better, has really, it's just I feel like I just lost the core of myself because I no longer had the pressure to be driven to create something, which is always what I've wanted to be growing up. I wanted to be a creator. I wanted to be a writer, and since I left LA, I've written 2 books, and I'm finishing the second one still. But I mean, I have a trilogy that I'm writing, and I would have never done that if I didn't have the pressure to succeed driven back into me. And it took me leaving LA for that to happen. You know, people want to say that they want to win the lottery and how amazing it would be. And yeah, winning the lottery would be amazing. But after a while, you would realize that your brain adjusts to these things so quickly, and it's hard to like really picture it in your mind because you really have to experience these things. But when you don't create like your own wealth, it's the feeling. Success really only feels real when it's your own success. And that includes winning the lottery, because that is just, it's just something given to you, if that makes sense. And now I've never won the lottery, so I'm just guessing here, but I imagine the feeling is kind of similar to what I experienced. And now I'm not saying that I would go back and change anything I did. I did make a video about my disappointment with how I became lazy and didn't want to succeed. I mean, I wanted to succeed, but the drive was gone. But the experiences I had, I definitely wouldn't change any of them. They were experiences that I needed to experience. And no. So I don't even know if anyone's gonna relate to this or understand what I'm talking about, because I'm in such a unique situation, and it's really hard to even talk to people about what I have experienced in my life, because it's been such a different experience. And I don't want to come off as like someone entitled, because I'm not entitled, and I am just trying to express how I feel. And I guess I'm maybe afraid to even go back to LA without being successful, because I'm afraid that I won't be accepted. And that's another video that I'm going to talk about, is my fear of acceptance and being afraid of not being allowed back in somewhere because I'm not successful. And I'm not in the shadow of someone successful. And it's kind of scary sometimes to be in that situation. And it's really, it messes with your mind a lot. But I don't know, have any of you guys ever been in a situation where you're like rebuilding everything about yourself because you kind of lost your way in a sense and you had to start over? So that's what I've been doing for 4 years now, since 2020. And I feel like I've come a long way, but I've also been really experiencing different waves of depression. So my first wave in 2020 was really difficult. That was a major depression. But recently I've been experiencing this emptiness, depression-like feeling as well. And just feeling like I'm not good enough. And logic doesn't work in these situations. It's all about feelings and what I'm feeling, and it doesn't matter what I say to myself. The feeling just doesn't change. And it's like I can't make a video. I'll just sit at the computer and I'll just sit there and stare at the screen, unable to move because I can't get it through my mind that I should make or edit a video because no one's gonna like it. And that really sucks because there's videos I want to make. And I feel like I do a lot of this for me to help me as well. And it's just, I don't know. I can't really explain. I'm sure lots of you guys have felt similarly about something that you've gone through where you felt like you weren't good enough. So what was the point? But yeah, I'm going through that right now. But I am sitting here and I am expressing how I feel, and I'm pushing through that. So that's the struggle I'm going through right now. But what are you struggling with in your life? If you're going through something, leave a thumbs up. And if you've gone through something, leave a thumbs up. Yeah, so that's what I'm going through right now. I'd like to hear some of your stories, so let me know. And subscribe if you can relate to me. All right, guys, talk to you later.